Well, Dean, I'm guessing this week's debrief was slightly different to the previous 2 weeks in the sense that there was a few positives to build on from Saturday.
Last week's debrief was certainly a longer one because there was a non-performance at Wigan. But Monday's debrief, yeah, it was a little bit better because I thought we actually played okay against Hull City. A team that's won 6 games on the spin. We're prepared to sit behind the ball and look to hit us on the counter-attack. We started the game well. I felt that after the game, and then watching the game back, we actually played better than I thought. But that obviously was with the sound turned down, and when you've got the sound turned down, you obviously see a different perspective of the game. But there were things that we'd worked on that came to fruition. The ultimate at the moment, what's letting us down is we're giving cheap goals away. And I said on Saturday, after Connor got robbed and they had an attack after, I think it was 10 minutes, it felt that any mistake we made from there resulted in a little bit of a chance for the opposition. But all in all, I think they had 3 or 4 chances in the first half, and all down to mistakes from ourselves really, and it's mistakes that we can cut out. I didn't think we had enough creativity in the final third in the first half, hence the change of intensity in the second half. We spoke to the players, they went into the second half and started the game really well, and then I thought I'd change it up with the 2 wide players, and I thought we should have gone and won the game.
Have you ever had it in your career, any runs like this where perhaps you've deserved quite a few victories but haven't quite got them, and how did you deal with them?
Yeah, it's a difficult one at the moment because we haven't won at home since Birmingham City. We're more than aware of that. And the attitude of the players has been really, really good, apart from the Wigan game away from home. We all know, West Bromwich Albion, we lost two points there when we should have had the 3. We also lost 2 key players, and then the following game we lost another one in Aston as well. So there's reasons probably for our drop-off in our performances, but the reasons for drop-off in results is probably a little bit different. I think we've been a little bit unfortunate, but we've probably not played to the intensity that is required from us at times, and using the quality that we have, because we've still only lost 2 games in 13 or 14 in the Championship, one in the 95th minute against Leeds and an anomaly against Wigan. But we also know that we haven't won enough, and that's the thing that we have to change. And with the quality we have going forward, we need to be scoring certainly more goals than we have done in the last 7 or 8 games, and converting more of the chances that we get, because we all know that we have to stop conceding as well.
How long are the days at the moment? Obviously you've got usual football business to concentrate on, but in the background, January transfer window, I'm sure new contracts are on the horizon as well. Yeah,
no, January's not a month I really enjoy, if I'm honest. It's a constant phone call all day long. I'm in constant contact with Christian and Suso, looking at players, looking at scenarios, and Suso's got many plates spinning all the time. So, and it's a nervous one for players as well. Players whose contracts are up are maybe looking if there's going to be an extension or whether they may be going. So, it's one of them periods of time which is a bit unnerving for everyone. But all you can do is control what you're in control of at the moment, which is the players when they go out to train, when they come in here, train well, prepare ready for the game, and then go into the game. They can go and control their performance then, and that's all we're in control of at the moment.
Well, that being said, how convinced are you that in all areas everything's moving in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, the attitude and the application of the players, as I've always said, has been spot on. We've had 2 anomalies in the whole time I've been here, which is the 2 performances against Ipswich in the FA Cup. Swansea in the FA Cup and Wigan away. Very, very unlike us. I thought we were very unfortunate to go 2 goals down against Hull on Saturday, but showed an awful lot of character to come back into that game and should have won it. So, as long as the application, the attitude is right, then things turn very quickly.
Bolasie returned to his parent club yesterday. Can you just explain the situation there for us?
Yeah, I spoke to Yannick after the game on Saturday and again on Sunday. He feels he's a little bit off you know, from where he wanted to be. Probably needed a little bit more sprint work, you know, and felt that it was in his best interest to go back to Everton to do that. You know, he's a great lad, and you know, he's created some assists for us, but probably didn't impact the games over the 90 minutes as much as he would have liked, and we all would have liked. You know, but we must remember he came here, you know, after an ACL operation and was looking to regain his fitness, which he's got now, and he's building up, you know, his body and managing his body to get ready for games. So we wish him well in his future, but we have to move on to our future now.
Yeah, I remember it was quite a while before he could even start a game because he was on that recovery programme. Was that ultimately why it didn't quite work out in the end?
Yeah, I mean, he's shown periods of the class that he's got. Probably not as consistent for him as he would have liked, and hence, you know, recalling himself. You know, but he's a really good lad, and you know, I'll miss him around the place because he was a really good character. But that's what happens in football. He felt that it was time to go back and, you know, try and push his way into the Premier League now. And
one door closes, but another opens for Andre Green now.
Yeah, we recalled Andre. You know, we're looking at options all around at how we develop our younger players, because they've got a big part to play in the future of the football club. You know, Andre's one of them. He was playing at Portsmouth, a loan period that was going okay. He probably wasn't getting as many minutes as we would all have liked him to, but that's because Portsmouth were doing so well in the league. So we pulled him back, and he's got, you know, 30 minutes game time now for us. He's played in a behind closed doors friendly for us as well, and he's starting to show, you know, the potential that he's got, and it's down to us now to polish that potential and, you know, drive his market value up for the football club and you know, help him fulfil that potential.
Is it always more satisfying as a head coach when it's a homegrown player that you can gift the opportunity to?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's satisfying when anybody, you know, goes in and makes an opportunity, but because of the academy that we have here and the time and money we spend in that academy, you know, it's obviously beneficial for everybody and great to see when players, you know, come through that system. You know, it's a well-run system, and it's one that, you know, we want players to come and produce from. I've spoke before about the need to sometimes loan these players out. Andre's just been out on loan, but also we have to have, you know, at least one homegrown player within the 18. You know, and of our homegrown, Jack's one, Andre's one, and Keenan Davis is another one. So it's important that we keep these players around us and that they're performing to, you know, the standard that's required to get them into the first team squad.
You referred to the behind closed door friendly there. How did that go, and who did it mainly benefit, I suppose, in terms of the players?
Yeah, no, it was a good run out. I mean, I've got a number of players that need to get certainly a lot of minutes. You know, we've had a fairly consistent 18 we've been pooling from for the games. The biggest thing for me is players who haven't been playing need to be ready for the opportunity that comes. So over the Christmas period, it's been very difficult for them to get any minutes. So the likes of Jonathan Codger, Scott Hogan, they played today. Mile Jedinak got some minutes. Elmo got some minutes. Andre, Al Ghazi, who missed, you know, the last couple of games because of flu symptoms. So yeah, Courtney Houser's had his, you know, first 90 minutes as well. So it was beneficial for a lot of players, and they'll certainly feel the benefit from that in the coming weeks now, in the coming games.
Tammy Abraham's got 20 goals in his sight now. Nobody's achieved that here since 81, Peter With. Do you feel he can do it, and can he even go further on than that and maybe head towards the 30 mark?
Oh, he'll certainly do it. I have no doubts about that. With the chances that we create and the attitude and the application that he's got, I mean, I think you saw his endeavour. I felt on Saturday against Hull City. He worked very hard for the team and fully deserved his goal. Speaking to him, he was as disappointed as anybody, you know, with his own performance against Wigan, where not a lot of people turned up on that day, and him being one, and he wanted to put that right, and he certainly did that on Saturday with a really good performance, and I believe he'll surpass the 20-goal mark and go on further, which is, you know, what I spoke to him about during the start of January.
Ipswich on Saturday now, one the general public I'm sure will look at as an Aston Villa win, but I'm guessing it won't be that simple.
No, and it never is in this league. There's never any guarantees. as I say, what you can do is control your performance, and that's what we'll be speaking to the players about. You know, we can't control, you know, the noises and the moans and the groans that can go on, which when things aren't going right, and that's to be expected. But you've got to control your performance, and that's what the players will be working on doing this weekend. You know, if they show the same intensity that they did in the second half of the game against Hull City, they'll have the supporters behind them, and we've got to perform to that level to go and beat Ipswich. They've got a much changed team now. They've got a lot of players who I know who are looking to prove themselves to, you know, Paul and his coaching staff. So, you know, it'll be a game that we're expected to win, but one that we know we have to work hard to win.
And looking ahead across the remainder of the season, I think it's 8 of the 9 home games we have left are against teams that are in the top half and are considered challengers to us. Is that something you'll relish?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we went through a tough period of games and came through that unbeaten until the Leeds game. You know, we've lost some key players since then, but we'll have some key players coming back, and we're looking to add to the squad at the moment. You know, Yannick's gone out, and you know, we'll look to bring some other players in. I've said that we need to shore up defensively and strengthen up defensively. So we'll look forward to all the games that are to come, and firmly believe that we can go on a really good run. All we have to do is make sure that we turn these draws into wins.
If we could just get a bit of an injury update to finish, we'll start with Axel. How's he getting along? Is he still up at Manchester United receiving treatment?
Yeah, he's still up at Manchester United. I think he's had the boot removed now, and he'll start some light work in his rehabilitation before he comes back down to Aston Villa. So, you know, will be guided by Manchester United, obviously, in his rehabilitation. So the doctors keeping in touch with them quite regular, and you know, look forward to having him back, because he was a big player for us during that really good run of fixtures.
And how's Mile progressing? One of those who got some minutes today.
Yeah, Mile got 60 minutes today, which was good, and he looked good. He's trained a full week with us. He's been out for quite a while. You know, he sat on the bench for us at Middlesbrough, and you know, he was struggling with a hamstring, and it's took him a while to get to this period. And you know, it'd be great to have that sort of experience and quality player available. And
Scott Hogan, who didn't play, of course, at the weekend, wasn't involved. He was out there as well today.
Yeah, he played 90 minutes as well and scored a goal, which was good for Scotty. You know, strikers build up confidence by scoring goals, and he's got 90 minutes under his belt today, and you know, that will certainly build him up as well.
And any update, Henry Lansbury?
Henry Lansbury, he's still not training with us. He's still in the medical room at the moment. It looks from the scan that the injury was very similar to the one he suffered against Birmingham City. So it'll probably take, you know, 4 to 5 weeks like it did for the first one.
And Jack, you mentioned they were going to start loading very soon. Where are the medical team with that one?
Yeah, I think he's due to go outside and run next week, so that's a big positive for him and us. And you know, when he gleefully told me today that he was due to run outside next week, he said, you know, you can arrange a game for me then as well. So he's very keen to get out on the pitch. You've probably all interviewed him a lot, and he's got an enthusiasm for playing and wanting to play. So you know, we'll certainly have to have the reins on him, but you know, I'll want him back as soon as we can as well.
And final one, Glenn Whelan, who missed out at the weekend as well, of course.
Yeah, Glenn was just a shoulder injury. He's been back training. He trained non-contact on Monday, but done a full session today, so he's back to full fitness.
Great, thanks for your time, Dean.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.